Good evening, my grim little lurkers. I am Madam Scorn, welcoming you back for another terrifying tale. Every community has its pillar: free snow removal, service with a smile, volunteer at every spaghetti supper, never a bad word on the community Facebook page. Just an all around wholesome individual. Do you know somebody like that? Why does that make me instantly suspicious? Because, darling, pillars don't just hold up a community, sometimes they hide what's rotting underneath. They call me a pillar. That word was printed in the paper last fall, right before they gave me a plaque at the firehouse banquet. Pillar of the community. I stood there, tie too tight, hands buzzing from too much coffee, smiling while the mayor read off my good deeds like they were part of a eulogy. Fundraisers, food drives, disaster relief. I donate to every charity that asks. Never miss a council meeting. Shovel snow before sunrise. First to shake a new hand. Last to leave when the chairs need stacking. I hosted the fall chili supper 12 years running. Built the nativity set by hand last December. Cut each figure from pine. Sanded until my fingers went raw. Painted them at night by lamplight while the house creaked around me like it was learning how to be empty. People say, he's the kind of man the world needs more of. I nod, because they're right. They just don't know why. I had a family. Esther, soft voice, whole face smile, the kind that made strangers talk longer than they meant to. She saved every note I left her on the fridge until the paper yellowed and the ink gave up. Little things. Back soon. Love you. Pick up Zach at 4. You make everything better. Even now, I sometimes imagine they're still there. I can picture her finger tracing the fading loops of my handwriting like it's a prayer. Our boys, Milo and Zach, had her eyes. Wide set. Steady. Milo was a goalie. Fast hands, fearless. Zach used to line up model planes on the windowsill by size, then turn them all to face east so they can take off faster. I baptized them both, held their heads under water, whispered, "You're safe now." Zach giggled when I said it. Milo didn't. Milo looked at me like he believed it. They died 12 years ago. A semi hit black ice on Route 86. Jackknifed. Their car took the full weight. Driver walked away. They didn't. I was on the phone with her when it happened. Did you pick up some milk? Not yet. Silence. Then nothing ever sounded the same again. The man who built our house dug a bunker beneath the yard. Concrete walls, foam insulation, steel hatch, drain in the floor. He thought the world would end. It didn't. He hung himself in the basement laundry before the housing crash. Left a short note. Batteries don't fix what breaks inside. The shelter sat untouched for years. A sealed secret, humming faintly under our lives like a low-frequency note only grief can hear. I kept it locked. Didn't think much of it. Then one night, months after the funeral, I woke up standing down there. Bare feet, cold concrete. No memory of how I got there. The air was stale. The light hummed. The silence felt shaped, like it had corners. I didn't cry, didn't pray. I just stood still, breathing. And in that silence, I felt something I hadn't felt since the crash. Time. Not the kind you measure. The other kind. The kind that loops and echoes. The kind that waits for you to understand it isn't moving, and never was. They say time heals. It doesn't. Time isn't gentle. It grinds. It rots what it can't erase. Time is a hallway where all the doors stay shut, and your hand just keeps reaching. It's a voice you forgot belonged to you, saying the same thing every morning. Get up. Keep going. Smile, you bastard, they're watching. You want to know what time really is? It's the sound of begging that becomes background noise. It's learning which bones snap clean and which ones flake like chalk. It's skin peeling away from knuckles like wet paper. It's silence that isn't peace. It's surrender. It's the smell of rot in winter when nothing should smell like anything. It's the muscle memory of cruelty dressed in patience. The first was a drifter. He tried to rob the church pantry. Knocked down Sister Right. She's 83, maybe 90 pounds. Her glasses shattered. One lens stuck in her cheek like a splinter. She didn't cry. She just said, "Oh," like she was disappointed in herself. The cops let him go. Said the jails were full. I waited 3 days. Found him asleep behind the mill. He had a can of beans tucked under his arm like a teddy bear. I didn't drug him. I didn't hesitate. I used a hammer. He woke up on concrete, mouth stuffed with gauze, ankles chained to the floor. He looked up at me like I was someone he knew, or maybe once dreamed about. That was the first time I felt anything since the accident. Not guilt, not rage, just awareness. Like hearing your own name whispered in an empty room. Like touching something warm and realizing it's your own skin. You want to know what I do to them? That's fair. But there's no ritual, no pattern, no goal, no code, no pleasure, no righteousness, no God involved. It's not about them. It never was. It's about me. It's about the sound of the world slipping further away and needing something louder to drown it out. Some last hours. Some last years. I don't measure. One hums tuneless melodies, nursery rhymes warped by silence. His teeth are gone. I didn't take them. Time did. Another writes prayers in blood. Ran out of space last spring. Now he loops the words over old ones. The wall is a dense net of dried red. I caught him licking it once, trying to make more. There was one who kept pretending I wasn't real. He talked to someone else, called them Sarah. When he died, he was smiling. I don't know why that's the part that stuck with me. I could end it, quickly, easily, but that's not the point. Pain isn't the point either. The point is persistence. Proof. I still pay my taxes, still wave at the mailman, still host the 4th of July cookout. I even make potato salad, Esther's recipe. I can't taste it, but I know when it's right. I let the missionaries in, offer lemonade, ask how their mothers are, smile when they talk about redemption. They ask if I've been reading my scriptures. I say, every morning. And I mean it. Sometimes I read them out loud to the hatch. I attend every funeral, always the same black tie, perfect Windsor, shirt pressed, hands folded just so, and when the streetlights buzz and the last porch light clicks off, I go outside. I unlock the hatch, descend the concrete steps. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's not. Sometimes I just sit in the dark, breathing slowly, like I'm trying not to wake whatever I used to be. I listen to them, to the walls, to whatever echoes inside me when everything else goes still. People think they know what grief looks like. They see my clean lawn, my polished truck, a man still driving his wife's car to keep it in good shape. They see someone who carried his burden with dignity, who smiled, who gave back, who moved on. But that's not me. That's the uniform. That's the lie. I used to name what's left. Grief, depression, penance. But names are for things with edges. This has none. There's no flame, no purpose, no center. Just repetition. Just form without substance. A body brushing its teeth, folding shirts, stacking chairs, checking locks, feeding mouths that no longer ask for mercy. No one notices the absence, not if the mask holds. But when I open the hatch, when I hear them cry, or hum, or whisper to something that won't answer, I feel something. Not joy, not guilt, just weight, proof that I still exist. Because even if there's nothing in me worth saving, no fire, no soul, no center, at least something still hurts. So next time you meet the pillar of the community, don't lean too hard on them. You never know what's holding them up. This video was a little longer for your viewing pleasure. If you like them a little longer, please click that like button. If you like just a little taste of horror, head over my channel and see my grim bits. Subscribe for more. This has been Awfully Grim.